the first feature of a dictator is he's not elected. So Zelensky's not elected. He's also, well, he's banned a religious denomination. He's murdered his political opponents. He has banned a language group. Those all seem like features of dictatorship to me. Now, he has the support of the British intelligence agencies. That doesn't mean he's not a dictator, though. That sounds like a dictator. I mean, if I gave you a piece of paper and I'm like, here are some qualities of a European leader, you would say, well, that guy, that's not legitimate. That guy's a dictator. I can't support that. But his name's Zelensky, and he was once a comedian, and he does my show, so he's not a dictator. I think it's a dictator.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, Tucker Carlson just dropped a bombshell. He's been speaking about Zelensky for some time, and today he took time out of his day, wrote something that we need to talk about, him writing, because it has the attention of the world right now. What happened yesterday between Zelensky and Donald J. Trump and also J.D. Vance has caused uproar. J.D. Vance was going to an event when a mob of liberals holding Ukraine flags were telling him to go home. So apparently America is now Ukraine. America has become every country that we support. What's going on? Make sure to smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen, because what Tucker Carlson just told the world about Ukraine is now going viral. It's opening the eyes of millions of people. So we're going to jump right to it. We're going to jump right to this paragraph because this is going extremely viral. Elon Musk, everybody is sharing what Tucker Carlson just said. He's not holding back about this. Many people, including you guys, have had this feeling about Vladimir Zelensky. And what happened yesterday was going to happen eventually. But here we go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about all of it. Tucker Carlson says one of the most striking things about yesterday's Zelensky press conference was Lindsey Graham's reaction to it. The two are old friends, but Graham disavowed him within the hour. This is more than just a transactional disloyalty. It was scapegoating. Lindsey Graham knows what's coming. Over the past 3 years, the tactic support of Western patrons, the Ukrainian government has committed a remarkable number of serious crimes. Now, before we continue, let me show you, because we know, what do we call these Republicans that these Lindsey Graham Republicans have a name because they support every foreign war. They support every war. They want to go to war with everybody. And then Lindsey Graham, who is Vladimir Zelensky's #1 supporter, is now saying this. And then we'll continue with what Tucker Carlson was saying because we need the extra details. Here we go.
I met with Zelensky this morning. I urged him to stay on message, be grateful, be thankful. We'll talk about details of security guarantees later. Keep it upbeat, keep it positive. It was absolute, utter disaster. The question for me is he redeemable in the eyes of Americans? Most Americans witnessing what they saw today would not want Zelensky to be their business partner, including me. And I've been to Ukraine 9 times since the war started. I met with him this morning. President Trump I talked to last night, he was upbeat about the deal. I've never been more proud of President Trump for showing the American people in the world you don't trifle with this man. He was very positive. He was very upbeat. He wanted to get a ceasefire. He wants to end the war. And Zelensky felt like he needed to bait Trump in the.
So, to Tucker Carlson's point, this was a relationship between the rhinos, the Democrats, and the rhinos. Because remember, these people were all waving Ukraine flags. So let's get back to what Tucker Carlson was saying because it gets crazier. So the two are old friends, but Graham disavowed him within the hour. This is more than just a transactional disloyalty. It was scapegoating. Lindsey Graham knows what's coming. Over the past 3 years, with the tactic support of its Western patrons, the Ukrainian government has committed a remarkable number of crimes. The Ukrainians sold huge quantities of American weapons on the international black market. What? At 20 cents on the dollar, These weapons are now in the hands of armed groups around the world, including Hamas, the Mexican drug cartels, and the forces now controlling Syria. Whoa. That is some wild accusations coming from Tucker Carlson. I'm not sure where he got that intel from, but that is absolutely crazy. I'm going to read that one more time. These weapons are now in the hands. The weapons that we gave Ukraine were sold for 20 cents on the dollar, and now they're in the hands of Hamas, Mexican drug cartels, and forces now controlling Syria. God knows what the Ukrainians have done with the pathogens in American biolabs in their country, which is the biolabs that we talked about before. Even U.S. intel agencies aren't sure. The Ukrainians have also murdered a number of people in various countries in political assassinations and tried to murder others, including American journalists and European head of state. This is all true, and it's going to come out at some point. Better start blaming it on Zelensky now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going extremely viral. Matt Gaetz says if the deep you-know-what has to pivot this hard to scapegoat Zelensky, so you figure out they must go so far to jail him. Oh, boy. It's getting pretty crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Tucker Carlson just wrote that in front of the world. But the craziest part about this is the black market. The weapons that we supplied them are now all around the world being used. And this is why I always say we have a voice. That's why a lot of people chose Donald Trump, because our tax-paying dollars pay for those weapons. Here we go. Now, let's go to a bombshell from Stephen Miller. Take a listen.
I don't think anybody had any idea that Zelensky would be so impertinent, so disrespectful, so insulting to the United States of America. Look, this is one of the great moments in the history of American diplomacy. The way that President Trump and J.D. Vance stood up for American interests on the world stage, the way that President Trump defended Americans after years of being fleeced and abused and taken advantage of and taken for granted, millions of American hearts swelled with overflowing pride today to watch President Trump put Zelensky in his place. The only reason that Zelensky has a country, that Zelensky is in power, is because of the United States. Americans have suffered economically, funding this war now for years. American security has been degraded, our stockpiles depleted, our ability to project power in other regions of the world negatively affected to protect and defend Ukraine. Americans probably don't even know the true extent of just how much military support on multiple levels and fronts America has provided to Ukraine. And then this man shows up in the Oval Office and lectures us, says we have to do more, says we're not as good as Europe, says that we need to provide them a forever war guarantee, fight Russia till the end of time. No American watching that today says they want to send their sons and daughters to die on behalf of Zelensky. And President Trump was clear and firm and principled, saying either you're our partner for peace in ending this war, or we can't work with you.
You guys want to know the craziest part about this? The craziest part about this is a lot of Americans. Here's one thing I would say that Stephen Miller is wrong about. A lot of Americans really support Zelensky. There's probably some in the chat right now. A lot of Americans really support Zelensky. They support Ukraine. They're very offended by what happened yesterday. A lot of America. I know you might. This is why I listen to both sides. Maybe you guys don't see it because you're not. I'm watching the news. I'm watching Twitter. I'm watching every social media platform. They're crashing out over Ukraine. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. It's even, guys, some of you guys are saying that it's just Democrats. No, there's a lot of Republicans that are supporting it. Somebody said, get over or be in the. First of all, I don't support Ukraine. Why would I support Ukraine? Why would I support war? I don't even support Israel. I feel the same way about Ukraine that I feel about Israel. I wish that Donald Trump would do the same thing with Netanyahu. We don't need any more war. We don't need warmongers. I don't support war, period. Anyways, you don't believe me? Watch this. You don't think that Americans are going all out for Ukraine right now? This is JD Vance on his way in Vermont. Vermont is full of Ukrainians. Look at this.
Going downhill for Vice
Look at all these signs of all these people that support Ukraine showing up to protest JD Vance.
President J.D. Vance and his family following yesterday's fiasco there in the Oval Office with Ukrainian President Zelensky. There's some new video now we have showing the vice president being greeted by protesters holding anti-Vance, pro-Ukraine signs as he makes his way there to Vermont for a ski resort vacation. More protesters met the Vance family outside of the resort, and the family ultimately had to move to an undisclosed location.
So they got a Ukraine flag again. They got a rainbow flag, LGBTQ flag, and then they have a whole bunch of Ukraine. Again, America. Yes, to me, it's hilarious. I'm gonna be honest. This is crazy, but the support is actually really huge, and people are getting. You know, I spoke to Brian Glenn. Anybody know Brian Glenn? He asked one of the most famous questions now, going down in history as one of the best questions of all time. Let me know what you guys think about this. Brian Glenn, friend of mine, just finished talking to him not too long ago. He's getting a lot of hate for asking Zelensky why he doesn't wear a suit. And he told me that so many people are really mad at him for asking Zelensky this question. Take a listen.
My second question for President Zelensky. Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're the highest level in this country's office and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if do you own a suit?
Yeah, I have problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not
Really?
respecting.
I don't
the
have
dignity of
such.
this office.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish.
Okay.
Yes.
He will wear a costume after the war is finished. Is that what he just said? Anyways, so that question triggered a lot of Americans. I don't know, man. This is one of the craziest things. Again, Tucker Carlson and Ukraine could be, as they could do so many bad things, and it comes out, and it's like people don't care. It's the same thing I say about Israel. Like Israel bombs and does so many bad things, but it's like Americans just will keep supporting it. It's the same thing with Ukraine. That's why I don't support both. That's just my reasoning. You might have your reasoning. But the same way some of you guys are triggered about Ukraine, you don't like Ukraine at all, but you will go just as hard as the other Americans go for Ukraine for Israel. This is why I don't play that game. So you asked him about the suit. Asked him about the suit, and he's getting, like, people are in his direct messages threatening him for asking that question. An American asked a foreigner, these are all tax-paying Americans asking this guy, why don't you wear a suit? You're not a general. You're not at war. You're not in war. Are you looking for sympathy? Why don't you just wear a suit coming into the White House? You come to America, you never wear a suit. He asked him that question, and ladies and gentlemen, all hell broke loose. People are now threatening this guy with everything. They're on this guy's head everywhere. So we have so many truths coming out. Again, let's just go back. This is what it looks like. This is what it looked like for JD Vance. Goodbye, free world. Traitor Trump loves Russia. This is the people that this is the other side of America. We're here, but this is the other side of America. Again, look, we have look at you guys going all in for Israel. We're not going to talk about this right now, but some of you guys are just so as blinded as these people. You don't support Israel, but do you support Hamas? Look at you. You sound like those liberals that are, you don't support Ukraine, so you support Russia. You sound exactly the same. Oh my God. Look at some of you guys in here. Some, not all. A lot of you guys are very smart. You guys understand. So you sound like exactly these liberals. Oh, you don't support Ukraine, so you must support Russia. Oh, you don't support Israel, so you must support Hamas. What? The same, you're playing the same game. You're playing the same game. I don't play these games. I support America. I don't support giving any of these foreign nations any of my money. You shouldn't either. And if you are going to give money, then we want to know everything that's going on over there. We don't want no secrecy because we are the American taxpaying money. We pay the money. We pay to fund these things. Your hard work pays these people. And so these people are outside protesting because they think that because Trump wants to find peace and Trump wants peace, that he is supporting Russia. That's crazy. Look, there's more.
He is recreating while thousands of people are losing their jobs, losing their health care, losing their funding.
This is a group of people who have always been supportive of standing with Ukraine. However, I think yesterday's performance at the White House has probably galvanized even more people to come out today.
After what he did yesterday, he crossed the line.
Then, after the meeting yesterday with Zelensky, I feel like all of America should be out here protesting.
That's crazy. Always the women. Yeah, you don't see not one black person. You don't see one Hispanic. That's all white America, by the way. So don't go blaming DEI. You blame them. Don't blame us. We have nothing to do with that. That's them. They are holding these signs. They are fully supporting Ukraine, and they really think that Trump is a Russia guy. So it's pretty insane what's going on right now in the United States of America. It really is insane. It really is insane because it's getting very confusing for a lot of people right now, especially in America. You got these, I don't even know how to explain it. So make sure to smash the like button. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys. All white liberal boomers. Crazy. Smash the like button if you guys want to. If you guys don't, that's okay with me. I gave you guys the info for today's show. A lot of things going on right now in the United States of America. A lot of people going out on the limb defending Zelensky. Where do you stand on that? Make sure to comment down below. Let me know. Again, I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. I truly appreciate everybody. Make sure to share this video with as many people as you guys can. Again, Tucker Carlson dropping a bombshell. Black market stuff, which is crazy accusations. He says it's going to all come out. And I look, man, I don't doubt any of this because a lot of this stuff has been coming out for years. But I guess now a lot of Americans are listening and they're very awake. And I think it's time to grab their attention and show them, hey, this is what you're supporting. Make sure to smash the like button. I'll see you guys on the next one.